Hey there, it's Kat, and this is Brews and Reviews. Oh, there's a man! There's a man! I have to duck down, there's a man! Oh my god, he's like sat outside my house. It's weird. I'll show you in a minute. So it's like 9 o'clock on Saturday, and I'm up now because I had to get up early because my passport was being delivered, and they were like, you need to sign for this. So then come 8:54, 6 minutes before they said that they might appear, some man knocks on my door and he's like, Hugo. And I didn't have to sign for anything. So, I mean, fuck you guys that were like, we can't deliver your parcel because you weren't here to sign for it. And there was no signing required. Also, I'm super glad I'm awake because now there's workmen outside of my house and they're drilling in the street. So that's lovely. I love that. I love that for me. That's an awesome way to spend your Saturday morning, right? Right. Also, the wind has kept me up all night, so like that's nice too. And yeah, I'm gonna show you the creepy workmen outside my house, but I'm gonna try and do it in a stealthy way. So like, if we just like crawl, like yeah, this is fun, isn't it? I'm just doing a crawl. No one will see me. Okay, now I'm gonna switch around so that you know you can see them and not me. But for real, can you hear that? That's ridiculous. Can you imagine if I was still asleep right now? Why are you drilling in the street? Fuck you, virgin. You know those adverts that are like, have you got a headache? Does it sound like chainsaws in your brain? Sounds like chainsaws in my brain. Why is this man on my grass? Get off my grass. Get off my grass. Oh my god, I'm like that old man from like television that's like, get off of my lawn. Oh my god, guys. I've just come into my room and like, I was like, oh yeah, I can... What are they doing? What are they doing? There's like a crane. And it's like lifting things. I don't know if you could see that, but like, fuck now. I'm really sorry if this vlog is like just a mess of like... because cranes. Cranes outside. Cranes. What are they doing? What are you doing? Virgin are installing fiber optics in the floor. So, yay, thanks Virgin, love you. So, I just filmed the first part of the next Complaints with Cat video, you know, that follows on from my horrendous start to reading Laura Lippman's Don't Look Back. I am actually washing up, like, dishes. Ooh, dishes. Yeah, so exciting. So I am actually going to carry on reading Don't Look Back and doing a little bit of a vlog for that. So this vlog might be a little bit empty because I'm not going to include any footage talking about that book anymore in this vlog. So if you do want to hear my thoughts on that, then wait for the Complaints with Cat video. That is definitely coming. But yeah, I'll let you know my thoughts at the end of the book, just as like a quick review, but probably going to be empty from this bit of the vlog for a little while. I've been reading and this is going well. I am now 163 pages into this book and I still don't like it. It's not been problematic for a little while. It's had like a good 50 pages maybe of not being problematic, which is okay. I'm like, wow, okay, that's a nice change. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys more about this book when I put that video up. So I'm taking a break now from the reading because I need to go and dye my hair as I'm sure you guys can tell my roots are horrendous. You know what's great? I am an old lady. You guys can see all my grey hairs. Like, they're even worse, like, under the surface. Like, when you go over here, like, look at that. People always tell me I'm making up my grey hairs, and I'm like, mate, look at my face. Look at my face. It's grey. So, you know what? I'm embrace my grey. It's just I actually would like to have my hair the same colour. So yeah, this will probably be the last time you see my hair down in this vlog because I have to go and wash it again after dyeing it. So I'm going to go around to my parents' house where my mum's going to help me dye my hair because there's so much of it that it would take me forever to do it on my own, and I wouldn't get good coverage and it would just be a whole waste of time. So you know what? Mum's going to help. So yeah, I am going to take This Lie Will Kill You and maybe read it for a little bit, probably up until the point where my hair's like this in my face while she's doing like the back and I can't see, so you know, yep, I'm gonna go around there and do that. I am such a fuckwit. So I've got to my mum and dad's house. I'm just like, yeah, I brushed my hair and everything, and I'm like, this is great. And then my mum's like, you got any sort of dye? And I went, I've left it at my house. Why would I bring it here? What an unbelievable moron am I? I've just like left the entire purpose of me being here at my house. So now I've got to go drive home. It's a good job I only live like 5 minutes away because I am forgetful. So that was a fun little drive. Yeah, so now I'm back at my parents' house and I just wanted to show you guys what dye I use. In case you were curious, yeah, it's this one. It's Mystic Violet. I definitely only remember it by the name and this woman's face because, you know, is she a hot lady? I don't know. But yeah, I have to use 3 boxes of these to get through this main of madness that I have. And yes, it's going to be a fun time. A fun 2 hours of my day just dyeing it and washing it. It's a lot of hair. Can you see the hair? There's a lot of hair. I've got lots of stuff on my head. Problems are occurring. Oh no. Get off of my neck. Oh god. Oh no, it's just a mess. Okay, so I'm having a little bit of a break from reading at the moment. I am 278 pages into Don't Look Back, and yeah, it's less offensive to me at this very point in time, but like, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'm taking a break. I need to do some exercise because I haven't done any of that today, and you know, that's time to do that. So I'm going to do that before I head back to my parents for dinner because my dad's away this weekend at a Navy reunion thing. So me and my mum are just going to have like a girls' night because inevitably my brother will not come down to see us because he's like a teenager. Teenagers do what teenagers do. So yeah, I'm going to work out and then maybe get a little bit more reading in before I'm done. I don't know. I've got about an hour left of the audiobook if I listen to it on ×3 speed, which I always do, so about 100 pages. About to go to bed, but I did manage to finish Don't Look Back by Laura Lippman. So I've been reading this on and off throughout the day while doing a bunch of other stuff, and I just finished. Okay, so the beginning bit was really bad, like really, really bad. And the end wasn't so terrible. Like, it wasn't good, but it wasn't like continuing on the trend of absolutely horrific things like at the beginning of the book that made me need to like put it down. I feel like if the beginning of this book had been altered so that it was like the end of the book, then it would have been much easier to get into it, and it probably would have ended up being a 3-star read. As it is, it ended up being a 2-star read. Not a 1-star though, which is surprising because I really, really thought it was 1-star territory. But the beginning, though, no. And also the main character, and I just didn't care about any of the characters. They were so boring and they were so unlikable, and I was like, why am I reading this? Oh. If I hadn't been filming a video, I would have DNF'd that about 48 pages in, which is where I got to yesterday. So if you want to hear any more of my thoughts on this book and the things that happened and the things that I found deeply problematic with it, then please check out that Complaints with Cat video, and I'm going to stop like plugging that video now because, you know, this is fine, and I'm going to put this down. Yeah. So while I was at my parents' house, I was also trying to read a book, and I picked up This Lie Will Kill You, and I read 25 pages of it. I really, really didn't get very far into this book. And it's because I was actually distracted because we were watching Ant and Dec's Saturday Night Takeaway. But that meant I read only about 25 pages of this, and I just like couldn't get into it. So I think I will if I just sit there and read. I think it's strange going from this to this because it's like sort of a genre switch. This being something that I didn't particularly like, but definitely very adult, to this being teenagers getting an invitation to like a thing. I don't know, maybe the YA thrillers aren't like super for me, but like I think maybe it's that I'm just not used to the sort of YA type thing to a thriller, because all the thrillers I read are like adult thrillers, usually like procedural police type things with serial killers, because I do love a good serial killer thing. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I'm really tired now, so I'm going to go to bed. I will check into you tomorrow where I have to read 4 books. It's a good job I've got nothing else to do tomorrow. You're so cute. Good afternoon, guys. Yes, it's the afternoon and I've not vlogged this morning. That's mostly because I slept in. Sometimes you gotta sleep in, you know? So I've also not done any reading, and I'm having to face facts that I'm just not going to read 9 books for this Thrillerathon TBR. So I'm going to have to drastically adjust my TBR, but we're going to talk about that later because I'm not planning to read just yet. There are some other things that I really, really need to do right now, and I just need to get them out of the way with and done because I'm in the mood to do them, and I've been procrastinating doing this for a very long time now. I don't know if I've mentioned this on the channel before, but I have said to myself that this year I want to review everything that I read on Goodreads, even if it's like a little review, just something. Because I got out of the habit and I'm like, no, I actually want to tell people my opinions so that they don't have to go digging in my like videos or my wrap-ups to find out what I thought about a book. So, yeah. Now, this has been causing me a little bit of a problem because I don't want to mark a book as finished if I'm not writing a review for it. So I've just not been marking books as finished, even though I've finished books. So long story short, I'm 10 books behind on adding them to my Goodreads as finished. So now I need to sit here and write up my mini reviews, because what I've been doing is writing little tiny mini reviews. I mean, ignore like that trash fire over. That's my like planning videos book, but yeah, I've got like 10 reviews that I need to write, so I'm just gonna sit down, I'm gonna bash them out because I'm really sick and tired of my Goodreads having like 13 books on my currently reading shelf when I'm like, I've read 10 of them. So ooh, okay, so I'm gonna get to doing that, and then maybe I'll do some reading after that. So I have been reevaluating. Currently, I've completed 5 of the challenges with individual books. So we've got Dr. Peacock, Oldest Thriller on Your TBR. For that one, I read Don't Look Back by Laura Lippman. Sergeant Mustard, Thriller with the Creepiest Cover, which I read Stalkers by Paul Finch. Professor Scarlet, Shortest Thriller on Your TBR, which I read Peril at End House by Agatha Christie. And then we move into the weapons. So I did All the People Like, that's weird. I haven't done any of the rooms, which is, I can't like technically complete a thing now, which is a bit annoying. So then I've done the Candlestick, which is the newest thriller on your TBR, where I read No Exit by Taylor Adams. And I've also done The Dagger, an author I've read before, when I read Sixth Target by James Patterson and Maxine Petro. This leaves me with four challenges left to read. So we have the library, the kitchen, the study, and hardback. Now, the way that I see it, I can cover these by reading one more book. Because if I double up on the library, a new to you author, and make that be Stalkers by Paul Finch, because I never read anything by him before, then that covers that. And I do the kitchen, which is No Exit, because that's a trope you love, and that has like an isolation, inescapable sort of situation thing, which I kind of love. So that would work. And then I read Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, which will cover hardback, which is a group book, and I can also make it cover a recommended thriller, because I know that one's been recommended by so many people. Specifically, I remember seeing it on Meg from Tome Infinity's channel, and yeah, so I could read it like that. So I figure if I do read Dark Matter, then I can technically complete all of the challenges, even if I haven't done it with like all the books that I wanted to do. So I feel like that's the best way to go. And then if I finish Dark Matter, then I can read one of the other ones. Really annoyingly, the only one that I can really like just crap out of all of the challenges is this one, which is the one I started reading yesterday. And I mean, yeah, I'm just kind of not in the mood to read it. So I feel like I'm just going to put that one back on my shelf and decide that I'm not going to read that one. If I do read another one, it will probably be the Patricia Cornwell book that I've got on my TBR. And that's simply because it also covers another challenge for my sort of goals list, my winter goals list, because it's on my 2020 TBR. So I think I'll pick that one up if I finish Dark Matter. The really annoying thing is that Dark Matter is a audiobook, so that means I actually have to do something else while I'm reading it. And the thing that I'm going to do while I'm reading is cleaning. So I'm going to have to clean. I don't want to clean. I'm lazy. It's a lazy Sunday. And I'm going to have to clean. Ooh. So yeah, that'll happen. And I'm just going to get on with it, I guess. Okay, so I started to read Dark Matter while I'm doing a bit of bullet journaling. Yeah, so I started reading Dark Matter and I'm about an hour and a half into it. And I've got to say that I really fucking hate that trope where people just will not answer someone and someone's like, what's going on? And they're like, no, don't worry, I'll tell you later. I'm like, what good has that ever done anyone? Like, that's such a shit trope. I hate it so much. Like, I hate like a lack of communication. Could you just tell me what's going on? And then like we can talk about it. Or like then I can wait if you just give me a hint of what's going on. I hate it. Anyway, I'm going to carry on reading now. I've listened to 5.5 hours of Dark Matter, and yeah, I think I'm kind of liking it. There was like a bit at the beginning where I was like, I don't like this. So maybe minor spoilers, I guess, because it's a whole thing that gets unraveled. But like, I didn't enjoy being in the facility where he's woken up and realized that this isn't his life. I didn't enjoy that. That happens quite early on, so it's not really a big spoiler because it kind of says that on the back of the book. The bit after that I'm enjoying, and like things with parallel worlds I'm enjoying, and I find that very interesting. I'm just hoping it doesn't go too sciencey, because while I love science fiction, I don't particularly love quantum mechanics, because I'm not smart enough for quantum mechanics. I like it fucks with my brain a little bit and I don't like it. So I mean, I'm enjoying it. I just hope it doesn't get more sciencey and it is interesting. So I've got 4.5 hours left, which is an hour and a half of listening time. So that shouldn't actually be too hard for me to listen to this, and then I'll have finished the last book that I have to have read to complete the whole bingo board for Thrillerathon. So it's very exciting. I will get back to you in a bit. I gotta go shut the curtains because it is getting dark. Don't like it. Don't like it. I'm... Ugh, how far from the end now? 2 hours, 20 minutes, and I don't like multiple versions of people. It fucks with my brain. I don't like it. Oh my god. I need to finish it now, but I'm just sitting here like, no, stop. Stop. Okay. Yeah. Alright, keep reading then. Okay, so I did a bit of tidying and then I sat down and listened to the rest of this book. And my mind is just jumbly. It's very jumbly right now. So I don't think I'm the sort of person that's made for like multiverses and parallel universes to quite the extent that this one ended up going to. Yeah, it's just made me feel a bit weird, and I'm not like, ooh, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. It's weird. It was just a very strange book. I feel like I liked it, and there were like some really good things about it. It was very interesting, but at the same time, like it fucked with my brain a little bit, and like, ugh. I was not made for multiverses. I was not made for them. I don't even know how to rate it because I feel like it wasn't 3 stars because it was definitely better than a 3-star for me. And it wasn't 5 stars because like it fucked with my mind so much. But then like the unit fucked with my mind as well, and I give that 5 stars, but I think it had more of an emotional impact, whereas this one just fucked with my mind. Sort of left me in a bit of a like I think it lands at a 4-star for me, and I think that's all I can give it really, because it didn't impact me enough in certain ways. I don't know. It was weird though. I don't I just can't fathom my thoughts on it. I can't. I'm gonna have to write like a little mini review of this at least, because but I can't think what I think of it. It's just broke me a little bit, like I'm broken, and I don't know what to do now. I suppose I should make myself some dinner. It's like 7:30 and I haven't eaten dinner yet, so I should probably do that. And then I need to go and do some cleaning, bathroom cleaning. So that was me with my like spray bottles, like wash. See, I told you I was broken. I'm gonna go and do something, anything that isn't that book, and then maybe I'll sit down and read later, I guess. I didn't end up reading anymore. Is anyone surprised? No, because these Thrillerathon vlogs have just been a mess of me being a mess, right? A mess. Such mess. Anyway, I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good about the end of Thrillerathon. I managed to read 6 books for this, considering I was sick and I fell asleep a lot. Then I feel like okay about it, even if one of them was a 2-star shit heap of a mess. But, I mean, you'll hear about that later. So just to round this off, I'll tell you guys what my Cluedo result was, just in case you were curious. So the way that you were supposed to pick this is to pick your favourite book from each of the 3 different sections, like the person, the room, and the murder weapon. And that is the answer to the Cluedo thing. Yeah, it kind of would have worked better if I had actually managed to read different books for each of the things instead of completely fucking up and not reading any of the rooms as a separate thing. So we're just going to have to go with it. So my favourite of the people, I read 3 separate books for the people ones, and my favourite was Peril at End House by Agatha Christie. So that was Professor Scarlet. Bit surprised by that one. I didn't expect that one to be my favourite, but it was. As a lot of them doubled up, technically the room favourite I had was No Exit by Taylor Adams, and that was a trope you love, and that was the isolated location, so that sort of covered that one for me. And that was the kitchen. And then I read 3 separate books for the murder weapon. See, I really did fuck up here, guys. And again, my favorite one was No Exit by Taylor Adams. So that was a bit of an unfortunate coincidence. I was kind of thinking that it would have been Dark Matter that was my favorite for one of those, but since that one sort of fucked with my brain and made me go all like, ooh, it didn't really work out for me. So yeah, No Exit is my favorite for that one as well, and that was the candlestick. So Professor Scarlet in the kitchen with the candlestick. Those were my Cluedo results. And yeah, this was really fun. I liked how that was done. I wish I had been able to read more and focus a little bit more, but what are you going to do? You're sick, you work full time. That's what happens. So if you like this video, then please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!